Hi, Karen Ray here. Today I'm in my back office, which is my backyard, in the back roads of Virginia, which is my favorite place. I just love sitting out here, and this is where I do my reading when it's a beautiful sunny morning like this. It's my favorite thing to do. There are two things I like to share when I make a video, and both of them are something that I believe is helpful, because that's just what I do. I have always been in pursuit of improving myself and sharing that with others. I've been doing this for many, many years. And I've been doing it in a lot of different aspects. But what I discovered is it seems that people that usually have an entrepreneur spirit, that are trying to develop a business, are also people that are interested in developing themselves. So, I realize that's what I like to do. I have always been interested in my own business, developing a business, and which follows, the same path as developing myself, being interested in helping not others but myself. So in my entrepreneurial spirit and developing myself, because my interests are there, self-development and wanting to share that, what really kind of fell natural is a business that includes other people. So my two different types of videos that I find that I'm making are ones that I enjoy sharing, self-helps for myself, and then as I'm developing my business, and I'm learning techniques and having success, I want to share that also. So the two just kind of go together. And one thing that I always try to do is do some reading to develop myself, develop my reading. I'm always researching and studying. I just wanted to share this little nugget with you. I mean, if you are building a business, and if you're watching this video, you're online, so you probably are building an online business. And so in your research, you're probably looking for different ways to help you. And so following the path that self-help and your own business are usually two things that go hand in hand, you probably came across in your self-help and building your business, you probably came across a resource that you've heard of, like law of attraction. And there's a lot of different ways of thinking about that. But I read something in this book called Psycho-Cybernetics that, if you've not heard of this book, it is the most fantastic book. It'll really bring, if you've not had any success studying the law of attraction, this book will bring a lot of clarity. But I read this one statement that was just so powerful. I want to read it. Feelings are the soil that thoughts and ideas grow in. This is the reason that you have been advised throughout this book to imagine how you feel if you succeeded, and then feel that way now. So if you have had any followings with law of attraction or attraction marketing or anything like that, and if you stop and think about what that says, that just really is so powerful. Feelings are the soil. Let me read that again. Feelings are the soil that thoughts and ideas grow in. So in other words, if you have a thought or an idea, or whether it's your own or as you're listening, reading, studying, researching, and thoughts are injected into your mind, whatever feelings that you have, emotions, whatever soil that you have there determines what's going to come of that. So if you're trying to build an online business or any type of business, and you're trying to develop yourself, If you're not paying attention to what your soil is, what your feelings are, then that might be a clue to why you're not having success. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about, where you fit into your environment? How do you, what is your self-esteem? What is your your confidence level, your security? How you feel about yourself is huge. And it's going to make all the difference in your success. It's going to make all the difference in how you reach out to others, which is going to determine your success rate also, especially in an online business. An online business, or any business, is how you interact with other people. And the way that you interact with other people determines what your self-talk is. So I just want you to think about that. And you think about what your self-talk is. Start paying attention to your thoughts. Are they positive? How do you what your feelings are? When I started to do that, I started like with the law of attraction and visualizing. At first, I was frustrated because I wasn't having a lot of success. And then the more and more I started paying attention to my thought life, the more I realized that there was a lot of negativity there. There was a lot of lack of self-esteem, lack of self-love, lack of self-confidence. And I'm still working on that. And, but if you don't have an understanding of what's going on there, if you don't pay attention, then you can't make any corrections. So if you're struggling, then just start paying attention. And here's one little trick that I learned. When you find yourself feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, fearful about anything, whether it's money, business, success, start the way to turn that around is think about anything that you can feel thankful for, grateful for. Anything. Whether it's, I'm thankful that I have eggs and toast to make for breakfast this morning. I'm thankful that I can look out and see what a beautiful day it is. I am thankful that I have my dog that just is so faithful and I love this dog. Anything, because sometimes we get so caught up in emotions that are just habitual that we don't even think we have anything to be thankful for. But find something, and when you're having a day where you're feeling overwhelmed, look around and find something to feel thankful and grateful for. So what that does, it's not just yes, it's a very faith faith is a very spiritual thing, and if you're not on the spiritual plane, thought-wise, then think about it this way: when your brain is wired a certain way, out of habit, then by breaking the cycle, and interrupting a thought pattern. What happens by interrupting that thought pattern is that you can actually start rewiring your brain. So by interrupting a thought pattern of fearful, hope, doubt, frustration, and interrupting it with something that interjects positive chemistry into your brain. And if you don't believe what I'm talking about, just start doing some studies, because I've studied brain chemistry. I've studied not just the spiritual, emotional aspect of it, but I've studied how the brain works that way. So we actually can rewire our brain. So by interrupting some negative, fearful, doubtful thought patterns and just interjecting thoughts that are towards positive, like I am so thankful about this, hey, or think of something from the past. Interject a thought or an emotion from the past, and your brain can actually, by interrupting that, you can rewire your brain, And by doing that, by interjecting something positive into a negative thought cycle, you can start changing that. And by changing those cycles, you actually start empowering yourself in developing yourself the way that you want to. And that is that is what is called, success thought pattern. So the negativity is failure. Positive is successful. So just by starting to rewire the way that you think and feel, you can actually become more successful. So it's not just what I'm trying to say is, by developing yourself, you're going to have more success, not just in your personal, emotional, and relationships with yourself, with other people. You're going to have more success in business because, think about it. Business is interacting with other people. There is no business with other people. And and the way that you interact with yourself is the most important factor. If you don't change that, you don't change anything else. So by changing that, you can start to see a significant change. And the reason I know this because I did it for myself, and I'm still in the process of doing that. And the fact that I'm sitting here in my backyard with my pool in my back, and in Virginia on my horse farm, is actually a product of this accomplishment, a product of changing my thought pattern and living the dream of living out in the country on my horse farm. And it's a miraculous story, and it all happened because I started these techniques. And this is just the beginning. Now I have another business. I have another online business that I am using these techniques and teaching, and it is the most phenomenal thing. And this is just a beginning of some of the success that I'm having because of using these techniques, whether you call them self-help, self-development, law of attraction. It all works together. Okay, there's just so much I could talk about here, but I want to stop there and just want to encourage you. And I will be doing some more and more series on this. So if you see this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Also, I will be putting these links to my website where I have other videos like this. But I just want to keep sharing. I want to share. I want to learn and share. And learn and share in my personal development, learn and share in what I'm learning in my business. So if you want to grow with me, learn and share also, then click the links below. And like I said, by now, if you have been in business at all or tried any self-development, by now you have already figured out that it's a process. So go ahead and click the links below. Take some action. Get involved with your own self-development. Take an interest in developing yourself, developing your business, and get some help. Get some help because you don't have to do this alone. You need a team. You need a support. And I know this because I've tried it on my own, and it works so much better when you have someone to bounce things off from. When you have a team that you can share ideas with. You got questions. You don't have to stay stuck for long. You can just you can get help, and you don't have to be the Lone Ranger. Don't be the Lone Ranger. Get some help. And by now, if you have been studying this, you know that you need resources. You need people resources. You need other types of resources. So I'm just offering myself as a resource, my team as a resource for self-development and how to grow a business online. They both go hand in hand. So hey, click the links below and get some more information. Get your hands on some resources. Karen Ray, have a blessed day.